Hey guys, it's Steph. Welcome back to the Cantina. Please feel free to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell for more content. Share away here. We share away here for the love of Star Wars. Today is a video about the EU and the lies that were told and the truth. And in a pinned comment, you will find Ichibaka's blog about it and all the screen captures. So have a good time listening to the video, and here it comes. So, Cantina dwellers, pull up a bar stool, order a drink, grab a chair, sit down at a table. Today we're going to talk a little bit about all the lies told about the dissolution, about the EU. Ichibaka put a blog out with different quotes by people talking about the EU. Because many people right now at Lucasfilm, including Pablo Hidalgo, and others basically have tried to lie about George Lucas liking the EU, wanting to have it be part of the Star Wars IP, and they've all been lying, because we've got some of them being quoted as saying Lucas basically okayed everything. I mean, everything. My favorite one is, my favorite lie is the one that Pablo Hidalgo loves to use, where he says, the killing off of Chewie is the reason why the EU went away. No, it's not. It's not. We know from a secret conversation that he denies to this day that they wanted to, when Disney bought Lucasfilm and set fire to all the script treatments that George had and everything that he gave them, and he got rid of the expanded universe, to quote-unquote Hidalgo, they wanted to indoctrinate the kids of today into their Star Wars and move us other fans off. So how's that working out for you, Sparky? It's not working out very well, is it? Think about it. So anyway, I'm going to leave the blog here because I want you to read everything. I mean, Leland Chee, who's a nice guy, and I have no problems with him at all, is quoted in this quite a bit. A lot of people who were at or still at Lucasfilm are quoted in this. Lucas had his nose into everything, from the novels to the games. And one of my favorite excuses for this, and it's so funny, is, you know, the EU is convoluted. Have you read the Disney canon lately, boys? Really? It's convoluted? Not nearly from what we've gotten from Disney and their craptacular novelists, like the freak Chuck Wendig, the purple-haired land whale, Amy Vincent, and that guy, Daniel Jose Older, and the rest of these activists that they hired to write novels, and not actual real, you know, science fiction fantasy writers who are actual fans of Star Wars. I would say that actually having a knowledge of the EU would be a good start if you want to write a good novel about, well, that guy, Luke and Leia and the rest of them. But it doesn't appear to me, and I've got enough, I've read enough in several of these novels to realize that these people have no idea who these characters are. It's like they went to college, probably for a creative writing degree, sat in poetry class, sat in literature class, and doodled, I don't know, wolves like Stalin would on their notepads instead of actually listening to the teacher. And they probably read Chaucer, Shakespeare, you know, the Nordic sagas and Cliff's Notes rather than actually reading them and getting anything out of them. I mean, can any one of us actually imagine Amy Vincent reading Beowulf? No. No, I have several copies of that. Not only because I had to read it for high school, funny enough, back in the 80s, we actually had to read stuff like that. But also for college, and because my ancestry is Norwegian, the people that put those things together were Scandinavian and Nordic. Guess where I'm from? Guess what my heritage is? And I think, actually, this is just a side note, that in order to find out who you really are and where you actually came from, you read the mythology and the folk tales and things like that of the heritage, of your heritage. I think that's really good. It helps you get to have a better idea of your own identity and where you came from. Because I like what the current people at Disney want you to believe. Where you came from and the past is really important. You can't kill it, because no matter what, it's still there and it bleeds into everything. You can't pretend. What was that great quote by the German novelist Christa Wolf? The past is not dead. It is not even past. You cut yourself off from it and you pretend it doesn't exist. It's still there. Okay? The way Lucas set it up. The way the EU was. Now, I don't really separate classic Star Wars, the movies, you know, from the EU, because it flows really well. It doesn't flow at all with what they're trying to do right now at Disney. And frankly, I don't understand why they did what they did. But apparently, again, like, I'm going to go back to what Hidalgo said in that private conversation. They wanted to indoctrinate children into their Star Wars. Their Star Wars. That's like saying the Mona Lisa is their painting. That's like saying Shakespeare, the way he wrote it, is their play. Now you can put, you know, you can take Romeo and Juliet and put modern stuff on it, like they did with Leonardo DiCaprio and I think Claire Danes, and it's gonna suck. All right. One of the reasons why I actually liked Shakespeare in Love is simply because it actually honored the time period with which the plays were written. Okay, the Queen of England and you know, that rich historical time period. And when you take Star Wars out of context, the way the Disney canon has, you ruin the timelessness of it. See, the thing about Shakespeare, it was the pop culture back then, okay? All right, that became part of the fabric of Western civilization. Just like the Aeneid, just like the Odyssey, Iliad and the Odyssey, just like Beowulf, just like the Nordic sagas in general, just like Chaucer, just like all of these fantastic pieces of literature, people still read it. Now, apparently, the powers that be at Disney really, really love the idea of ignoring that there is a whole history behind Lucasfilm before they bought it. You can't reinvent history. You can't rewrite it, okay? Just because you bought it doesn't mean you can't, because eventually the sands of time are going to blow away and reveal what you're trying to cover up, okay? And that's what you're doing by saying, well, we're going to indoctrinate children into our Star Wars. And they're therefore removing us older fans. You know, the people that grew up with it, the people that wanted to introduce it to their kids. You know, I'm 50 years old. There's no reason why I wouldn't have a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old right now. Would I allow him or her to see Disney Star Wars? No, I wouldn't want him anywhere near it. Why? Because it's not Star Wars. And there are lessons they're trying to make people learn that I don't want my kids to learn. See, there's a difference between an SJW, NPC, which is what is running Lucasfilm right now, and a liberal. George Lucas is a liberal. When you go to, say, the prequels, and, you know, you've got the Trade Federation being run by a guy named Newt Gunray, and back in those days, Newt Gingrich was the Speaker of the House. You know, that was a comment on present time politics. But our politics did not, and you know, the relevant stuff did not get written into the politics of the galaxy, okay? In fact, it's more of a comment on how small-minded people can be misled by someone who is crafty with the designs on power. That's what the politics of the galaxy was. And, you know, when you realize that Palpatine manipulated the entire Clone Wars, manipulated Dooku, manipulated the Trade Federation, manipulated Anakin, manipulated the Jedi, that guy was a great villain. And I'm afraid with these bargain basement cartoon hack SJW writers, they're going to destroy that character. Palpatine, you know, I don't think anybody right now working for Lucasfilm could come up with a better scene with Palpatine telling Anakin as they're watching that bizarre opera about the tragedy of Darth Plagueis. You know, I really don't think they could, and yet we've got these people writing right now for Disney Lucasfilm, and it's barely mediocre. But again, they threw out an entire universe, an entire history, and they want to literally, what it looks like right now with these Galaxy of Adventure shorts, rewrite the OT history. I've seen enough of the shitty comic books to know that they're trying to add things that weren't there. You know, it's like, no, you don't know better. Respect what was there. You know, why do we need, you know, why concentrate on what was there and what was good already that people loved? Why not create your own stuff to add to the lore, all right, the mythology, and base it on what was built? Okay? So anyway, this is me. I'm going to leave Itchy's blog here just so you can see all the comments. It really, really disgusts me. There's another blog I'm going to talk a little bit about later in a shorter video. So have a great afternoon, and remember to tip the Wookiee bartenders 20%, and don't piss off the Wookiee bouncers, because once they get going, you know them, they won't stop. So I'll see you around the galaxy. See you. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please feel free again to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell for more content, share away here, and thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I appreciate all my viewers, and leave comments about how you feel about this, and a couple hours from now I will do another video, and get ready for that one. See you around the galaxy, see you around the cantina.